Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the short and sweet 5-Minute Magazine. And you know what we do. We're going to talk about 5 different news articles or topics for 1 minute each. All news, some opinion. Let's get it cracking, baby. If you haven't seen in the news, there was an article that said a Georgia man who was supposedly a recently adopted father, he's recently adopted a 10-year-old boy. The boy acted up in school like most 10-year-old boys do at one point during that 10-year-old window. He acted up. The father couldn't handle it. He got mad. He said, you know what? I'm going to kill this boy. He's going to die tonight. And he did it. He took the young boy home. He whipped him, poured hot water on his feet. Then he drowned him. Yo, what are we talking about here? If this is your son, what are you doing to your son? You don't do that to your kid. I'm not doing it to my kid. And this is the type of things that makes adults and parents mad. It's a sad story, but it makes you mad, makes you irate, and makes you, to an extent, it makes you paranoid. Like, yo, what's going on with my child? Where's my child at? You know, you ruined your child. You took responsibility of him. You adopted him. You ruined that life, and now you're in jail. It's a sad story, ugly ending. So whatever happens to you, I'm really not worried about it because you committed a heinous crime. Your child, sad story. Moving on. Sean Spicer is in the news talking about this border wall. We're still talking about a border wall. A border wall. Really? A border wall, whether it's a fence or a concrete wall, I don't care what you do, man. You can put a curtain up. It's really not going to make this nation that much greater. That's not really helping us at all. And this paranoia that we got going on amongst Americans, we need to stop it. That's what's happening. The media and the world is becoming so closely knit. People think that it's happening all over the place. It is. I'm not paranoid like that. I'm not worried about that. I'm packing like a lot of Americans are, and I'm protecting mine. But I'm not worried about all this other things. And put it this way, in my opinion, building a wall between the United States of America and the United States and Mexico is really not going to make America that much greater. We need to focus on businesses, okay, and passing this health care bill that is somehow struggling to get past Congress. If anybody's ever heard of Clark Howard, he has a nationally syndicated radio program. He's also known as a consumer expert. He put a list out of the top 10 green fields for future employment. 3 out of the 10. And this is important because if you have kids, you want to be able to plant little seeds, pick their brains and say, hey, what would you like to do? 3 out of the top 10 fields are computer related, IT, information systems, apps and stuff like that. 6 out of the 10 were in the medical field, okay? And the other one was like service management. So there's quite a broad scale there, but IT and medical fields are definitely strong in the American arena. I don't know what's going on in Canada, Mexico, or anywhere else, but over here in America, we're definitely focused on IT and medical. So, these are good things to talk to your kids about, and hopefully maybe plant a good seed where they can get a good job that'll have some type of security, great income, and be able to support their family and live a good life. Locally here in Brevard County, a Sebastian police officer attended court the other day, left his canine in the car during an 88-degree day. When he came out, while he was traveling home, he realized that the dog was in the back and the dog was not responding. The dog had passed. Sad story. I'm wondering if the police officer is going to get charged now because it was a fellow officer. But it just goes to show you that whether you're a police officer, judge, or a regular person, we all make mistakes. We all become forgetful. So it's a really, really sad story. So I think that we need to always be slow to jump and judge. And last but not least, phones. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we got to turn these darn things off. Turn them off. Stop living this life thinking about what if something happens? What if something happens? What if something happens? That's what I got life insurance for. Outside of that, I'm not living and dying by my phone. So that concludes this week's 5-Minute Magazine. Until next week, peace.